why did a YouTube channel without titles, thumbnails, or meaningful name, filled only with photos of empty spaces, suddenly gain millions of views? Join us while we piece together the cryptic clues scattered through its silent spaces and forgotten locations. Stay with us till the end, and you'll finally learn the true identity of its enigmatic author and the real reason behind the Somebody channel.
In the depths of YouTube, beyond the reach of trending lists and popular feeds, exist channels so strange and frightening that they challenge everything we know about the world around us.
Hi, my name is Mark, and I'm the host of the Scary Mysteries Videos channel, where darkness and mystery come to life in every video that becomes the subject of our story. And today, the object of our study will be the Somebody channel, dedicated to the theme of emptiness. And this is not some metaphor or abstraction. The channel's content is really a whole gallery of silent spaces, forgotten rooms, orphaned streets, mute landscapes, and even the titles of the videos are empty lines, as if someone forgot to come up with them. But do not be misled by this apparent lack of substance, for behind it, it seems, lies something more. Let's unravel the tangle step by step and find out what lies behind the mysterious facade of this creation. The channel Somebody appeared on YouTube in May 2024, and initially, it did not stand out among other artistic projects, employing the aesthetics of liminal spaces, except that its videos lacked titles and thumbnails. The first videos, lasting up to 3.5 minutes, consisted of static shots, abandoned rooms, deserted nighttime streets, barren landscapes, forsaken by all living beings. A glitch effect, simulating an old VHS cassette, was applied over the images. The videos contained no text or words, only background music in the ambient and neoclassical genres, accompanied by the noise of an old video player. The presentation of the material was entirely visual, devoid of explanations or context, which created an exciting and disturbing feeling of mystery, as if the viewer found themselves in a void, face to face with something lurking deep in the shadows in the background of these photos. Notably, even in its earliest stages, every video from the Somebody channel garnered tens of thousands of views. A result that seems astonishing given the lack of titles and striking thumbnails designed to catch the eye. Typically, such videos get lost on the platform, but here, something clearly worked differently, immediately drawing the audience's attention. After the publication of the first 6 videos, the anonymous creator of Somebody suddenly fell silent, plunging the channel into several months of quiet, and then, in November of the same year, returned to creating content. However, now, in addition to static shots of abandoned locations, hidden elements began to appear in the video sequence, so-called Easter eggs, mostly related to the theme of death, which gave each video an additional narrative. In one of the videos, where an empty nighttime store is shown, a frightening silhouette of Slenderman, a character from urban legends, appears for a moment at the very end. In another video, featuring footage of an abandoned Moscow factory named after Likachev, at the 1 minute 10 seconds mark, a human figure is seen rapidly falling from the roof of one of the buildings. But the video richest in Easter eggs turned out to be the one with a television in an empty office room. The screen, filled with television static, periodically comes to life, briefly displaying either a blurry face or short captions: "Sleep 8 hours, rapture is near, think less, obey, nobody is somebody, everything you love will die." Remember these incoherent phrases. They are important clues, to which we will definitely return later. These videos unexpectedly made Somebody go viral. By mid-December, the channel had accumulated over 1 million views. For content devoid of titles and thumbnails, the very elements that usually attract viewers, it was a real miracle, a challenge to all the laws of digital gravity. The somebody phenomenon sparked lively discussions online, yet two main questions still remain unanswered. Who is behind the channel, and what exactly triggered its viral popularity? Adding to the intrigue is the fact that despite its colossal success, the Somebody channel is not monetized. There is neither advertising nor any paid subscriptions. After the Easter eggs, the author released a new series of videos that retained the previous style, but featured some noticeable changes. Now each video consisted of several alternating photographs of the same location. Additionally, a new intriguing element was added to the visuals: glowing spheres, slowly rising upward, first to the ceiling and then further aloft, as if someone's souls freed from the earthly burden. The most recent video to date is one in which the author once again returned to a single photograph format without hidden messages or animated effects. However, the location captured in the shot can no longer be called entirely abandoned. It's St. George's Church in the Czech town Lukova, where an installation by sculptor Jakub Hadrava is on display. It consists of 30 plaster figures, frozen on benches, and symbolizing the ghosts of parishioners long since passed away. So, what is the purpose behind Somebody? What caught the viewer's attention and made this channel so popular? And who is its mysterious creator? Let's begin unraveling this web of enigmas with the last question. Throughout the entire existence of Somebody, the author of the channel has maintained complete anonymity, staying in the shadows. However, we do have one evidence that could shed some light on the identity of the person behind the nickname theyaresomebody. Let's return to the video with Easter eggs, that very one, featuring a television in an empty office, and recall one of the enigmatic phrases that flashed on the screen: "Nobody is somebody." At first glance, it may seem meaningless, but this very phrase could provide us with an important clue to uncover the identity of the channel's creator. When it comes to contemporary video art creators, the user, known as Nobody, is far from the least prominent figure in this scene. He is a composer, photo artist, creator of numerous playlists featuring hypnotic music and thematic photo compilations, as well as the leader of the online community Nobody's Society, whose members are passionate about crafting art objects, imbued with the aesthetics of dark academia and the mystical allure of liminal spaces. At the same time, a single visit to the YouTube channel Nobody, or his account on x.com, is enough to reveal a striking similarity to the content of Somebody. The same deserted, almost extinct locations, the same mysterious glowing silhouettes of people, the same sculptures of Renaissance-era angels, ambient music, and a principled refusal to monetize. It seems that the creator deliberately avoids earning money from his videos, as he openly states in the introductory disclaimers of his playlists. Nobody has an impressive and devoted audience that highly values his photography and playlists. But that's not all. In addition, this individual also creates his own music in the ambient and neoclassical genres, releasing it under the pseudonym Nout. Interestingly, these tracks have appeared in Somebody's videos on several occasions, further hinting at a connection between the projects. However, a logical question arises. If Somebody is by Nobody, why did the latter need to create a separate project for it? Why did these enigmatic vids not find a home on his main channel? Initially, some viewers speculated that it might be the beginning of an alternate reality game or some other form of interactive mystery. The forums perked up. Users began searching for codes, deciphering messages, and attempting to build stories on the foundation of the content, which was dominated only by the emptiness typical for this channel. Yet by early 2025, aside from the messages from the television video, no traces of a game ever emerged, and discussions about it eventually petered out. And yet, despite the absence of overt signs of an ARG, it seems to me that the creator of Somebody intentionally left us one clue, one too obvious to disregard. Here, we tread on the shaky ground of speculation, where there are no concrete facts, only conjectures. What will be discussed next is by no means an irrefutable truth, yet this supposition appears entirely plausible when we piece together all the fragments we have uncovered. And now, let's turn our attention to the nickname, by which you can find the Somebody channel on YouTube. They Are Somebody is not a random string of letters, but a deliberately chosen tag. And here's a fact for you: the only thing that can be found online under this tag is an Instagram page dedicated to the memory of the missing, murdered, and unidentified people. It's hard to believe this is mere coincidence, especially when you consider that the theme of death and desolation dominates all of Somebody's work, from the first video featuring a Renaissance-era cemetery angel to the most recent one, showcasing plaster figures in Lukova at a church that has withstood numerous fires, accidents, and even a collapse during a service in 1968 that claimed the lives of parishioners. Moreover, the aesthetic of the Somebody channel, which translates to the viewer a world of silent emptiness and liminal spaces, suggests a deep connection with the themes of loss, disappearance, and death. It is not merely a backdrop, but an integral part of the tale. This narrative is further reinforced by the appearance of hidden phrases and symbols in the videos, such as the inscription, "Everything you love will die," flashing amid television static, or glowing spheres ascending upward. These elements can be seen as metaphors for irreversible loss, subtle hints that behind the visual facade lies something more, perhaps a philosophical reflection on the fate of those we have lost. In this way, by creating an artistic space of emptiness, Somebody paradoxically emphasizes the presence of those who have vanished, leaving behind only an unfilled void. And we will continue to follow the evolution of this extraordinary project, tracking every new brushstroke in the mesmerizing portrait of emptiness known as Somebody. Perhaps, over time, new details will emerge that finally shed light on the true identity of its creator and the profound meaning hidden within this paradoxically captivating and disquieting digital rabbit hole. Stay tuned, more mysteries lie ahead. And we still have enough light with us to break through the most impenetrable darkness hidden in the depths of the internet. Subscribe to Scary Mysteries videos right now. Immerse yourself in the unknown and become part of the revelation. Uncover the hidden